And what do we have here? Don't tell me. I can guess it. Looks to me like a hero who's given up everything. Everything for little old villainy. What a beautiful sight, wouldn't you say? We're only getting started. And besides, there's so much to teach you yet. You're practically like me. Way back when. Only a whole bunch more pathetic. And a whole lot more restrained. I was brought up by a great man. And I'll see it that you see me as a great man. But you yourself may be just a bit too lewd and a bit too submissive in order to live up to my expectations. But what do I expect from you? That is the question, isn't it? And I can see it in your eyes, that you've got something devious you want to say. I'm a patient man, so I might even listen a bit. Go ahead. Why don't you speak, little pet? That's a riot, isn't it? A riot. Besides that, why do you say that? What do we think of heroes here? Yeah, that's right. A hero is just a delusional fool who thinks they're helping the world. And we don't have time for them now, do we? Repeat after me. I am no longer one of those crummy little heroes. And if I consider myself that, it's gonna be game over. You know as well as I do, I'm not about to explain it to you. Besides, you're not interested in that. You're interested in my attention, aren't you? I'm like some kind of celebrity. Hold on, let me go pamper my face. Does this look good? I'm sure it looks wonderful. The face of your master. Well, your benefactor at least. We'll see where it goes. Besides, I've got plenty of things for you. So, shall we go level up? Oh, you thought you'd get to the last boss just like that? No. That's just a silly plebeian's look on things. Just because heroes get everything they want doesn't mean that it's that easy from the villain side of things. We have to do a little work in to get what we want. So what's it gonna be? Coming along, or should you just hang there with that precious body of yours? Oh, no. I wouldn't want you to get the wrong idea that I'm actually giving you a choice. No, it's not really an option. I just want to test you. Now I can do that with you willingly, or you can be difficult, and I can use this little syringe here. It's kind of like a zombie drug. You'll just follow my commands. You'll be aware of everything, but you can't say no to me. How does that sound? It's almost like a quirk. Should I use it? Do you like feeling the needle against your skin? You know, I used to have a fear of needles. Back when, well, a long time ago. Now I just don't care. I'll make you like me. How's that sound? You want to be like your idols, don't you? I'm just like All Might, if you think about it. You just have to put us in different circumstances. Then you'll see how much we're the same. The same. It's just a difference of perspective. And besides, you wouldn't care who it is, would you? You just want reprieve from your carnal problems. Yeah, so what if I caused them? That doesn't matter now, does it? It's all just my little game. Our little game. Something that we'll all have to enjoy soon. Now, we've got some busy work. I hope you don't mind. I never did like homework very much, so we're gonna go out on a field trip. Of course, you're going to get the ropes of being a villain. What we do isn't just killing or all that nasty stuff. No, no. We do sophisticated things too. Like stealing. Things that are useful to us. And of course, recruiting new recruits like you. I'm sure you won't mind it. Besides, you don't have a choice, really. Unless, of course, you like a life of eternal pain. Or maybe we can make it eternal pleasure. I personally think the latter's more of a torture. But that's just me. No, no, no. I don't think you're pathetic. I wouldn't dream on saying something so insensitive. No, you're interesting, fascinating, even captivating to me. And what am I to you? Do you still hate me? Hate is such an overrated emotion, though it's something I understand. Revenge this, mercy that. It's all just so boring. Ugh. Where's the fun if the level doesn't have risk? If it doesn't have conviction? I'm sure you'll understand once you clear the level. I've created myself something to pass the time. It's a vast underground society. Well, less a society and more a gathering of killers that all have bombs implanted in their neck, that if they happen to defy me or break the rules, then I don't need to tell you what happens if they do. You know why I'm laughing isn't because I take joy in the suffering of others, no. I just enjoy the game of it. You play, you risk, and you gather rewards. You see, it's all for such a quaint thing as taking over the world and making it such a place that everyone can enjoy, have some fun. You know, the works. So here's how this is gonna go. If you want to live, you're gonna have to go through some trials. And of course that means trial to, well, make sure you don't blow up. That's the last thing we would want, especially for my newest pet. Why don't you prove to me you're not just some washed up hero, you're a full-fledged villain, that you'll do anything for me. So don't disappoint. Round one's gonna be a bit of a doozy, but I'm sure you can handle it. Just don't lose your head. That's my only advice. There's traps. One's meant to challenge. The best of villains are heroes. But I assume that won't be much of a problem for you. See? I believe in you. Doesn't that make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside? Now, I'll be commentating from the outside looking in. Of course I wouldn't get my hands dirty. I'm the final boss. Well, more like the hero. Welcome one, welcome all. Villains of all shapes and sizes, backgrounds, and all that other nonsense that nobody cares about. We're going to watch a show with one of my special friends. Now, let's see what we can expect from our contestants. I'm especially interested in the fresh meat. You see, we got a fresh contestant that's performing in this most precarious of levels. You see, it's definitely gonna be a doozy today. With all those saw blades, explosives, it's getting me excited. I hope you all at home are just dying to watch this former hero try and survive. Why don't we see how they do? Of course, they're not the only contestant. What would we be if there was just one? Nobody's gonna survive if there's just one of them. And contestants up to the starting line. We don't want to delay now, do we? And they're off. Looks like contestant 5 is in the lead. Taking an early lead is sometimes a little precarious as, ooh, that's gotta hurt. Maybe it doesn't hurt though. We'll see. Oh, it looks like contestant 5 is out of the running. And wouldn't you know it, off goes 7, 8, and 9. See, they're going and making jokes out of my commentary. I appreciate it, I guess. Now we're down to just a few. I wonder who's gonna take the coveted prize at the end. If there is one today, it's a question of if I feel like it. Oh, that's gotta hurt. And we're drawing the end of this short race. It's only a sprint, a hop, an explosive minefield away. Can they discover where the mines are, or will they have their legs separated from them? And it looks like we have a winner. The one, the only, my new pet. Come on down. Defeating level 1. That's admirable. But there's plenty to go. Do you want your reward, pet? Come with me. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Now, let's get to someplace a little more private, shall we? No. I wouldn't dream of torturing you too much. You can trust me, can't you? I mean, I've already done you so many favors already. What's the matter? Don't tell me you're getting cold feet. After being through so much, giving up so much for me, you can't be serious. It's obvious that I have your best interests in mind, so you should just trust me a little bit. And then maybe we won't have so many problems. Not that we do, mind you. I just like to preemptively solve everything before it rises into a troublesome situation. You understand. Now, I got you so many new toys. And it's all thanks to you surviving. Had you died, I would have been wrong about you. I would have had to waste these, or give them to someone worth it. But you just earned yourself a shiny new collar. Aren't you just overjoyed? I'm sure it will look glorious on you, so everyone will know you're my little pet. What's with that look? It's too priceless. You're gonna make me excited now. Oh, actually, maybe there's some way you can help me. Yes, you're such an interesting little pet. So, do you know your commands? Let's find out. Sit. Ooh, what a delightful new puppy I have. Guess I should take care of you. Down. Obedient to a T. Now let's see how far you'll go. Why don't you take off a little? That's right. We're gonna play a little game. You're going to obey every little word that comes out of my mouth, and I'm not going to abuse you. Then again, looking at it that way, you kind of look like you want to be abused. Is that the case? You best be honest with me. Otherwise, I'm just gonna do whatever the hell I want. We'll see if you like it or not. I always did like my pets. Really obedient. It makes things so much easier. Though if you feel free to express some disdain to me, I'll just have to punish you. I know plenty of pets that love that. So, where do we go from here, pet? The way you're wiggling. Are you trying to wag your tail at me? That's awfully adorable. Now, what I think you should do is put on a little show for me. Go ahead. I'm waiting. No. I want you to do something just a little more lewd than that. I'm sure you know what. I'll know if you're half-assing it. That's right. Good little pet. Show me how much you want my attention. Don't be afraid to make a noise here and there. Let it all out. I don't mind. You're such a good little pet, aren't you? Yes, you are. Do nice strokes, nice pets. Just like that. Now you're starting to get into it. Now you must understand that there's more functions to the collar than just that. It's got a nice little alternate function, where if you don't do what I say, it's going to entice you to. Think of it as a zombie drug. You won't be able to say no, no matter how much you disagree with it. But I wouldn't want to have to take it to that level. Yes, of course. You're an obedient little pet, so I won't have to do that, right? Then prove your loyalty right now. We're gonna record all of this, the whole show, and we're gonna send it to your family as you apologize for being a villain. A villain that's all mine. That sparked some fight in you, didn't it? Sounds about right. But I can just make you do it if you disagree. And don't slow down with those hands. I think you should prostrate yourself. Because I'm your god. I'm the final boss. I'm the one who controls everything that happens to you. And if I see fit, I can do anything with you. You're practically in the palm of my hand. Just like all the good little chess pieces. You're my pawn. So bow to your king. That's it. You're understanding. I guess the threat of you losing your free will is just a bit too much for that repulsive attitude of yours. That's fine. I always liked that of you since we first met. How confident you are. But why now? Why now, I must ask? Even after you've done everything like a good little puppy. Now, what's the matter? You don't want your loved ones to see the video. I'm sure they won't mind. And you won't mind either, after I'm done with you. Did I say you could slow down? No, keep putting on a show. You're my pet, and you'll behave accordingly. What's with that expression? You're just getting ahead of yourself, aren't you? It's quite adorable, really. And besides, I haven't lifted a finger yet. After all, if I use 5 of them, you'd be less than dust. Now, stick your butt out towards me. Yes, don't slow down or anything. I want a good view. So, this is all my property now. Feels nice, doesn't it? To be claimed by something, to be wanted. It seems like all you ever talk about. Or at least your eyes do. You're as easy to read as an eye exam. It's just so adorable. I love getting handfuls of my pet. You probably love it too, don't you? So, shall we get to your reward? Don't pay attention to the camera. That's just there for personal details. You just focus on obeying me. Every single word. You're gonna learn to hang on them. They're your orders, after all. And as a first order of business, take off those pesky clothes. Good. Such an obedient pet. It warms my soft little heart. Of course, if I were to get directly involved. What's that, pet? You're trying to beg at this point. Seriously. What's the point of begging after you've already given so much? Don't tell me it's some kind of a secret that you weren't thinking about earlier. Is it because you're afraid of the public defamation? No. Nobody cares about that. The beautiful thing is, you're being reborn as a villain, as my pet. Even if you never do a villainous deed, you'll still be under my thumb. But I have a feeling that's fine by you because you talk tough, but then do nothing. Your actions don't match what you're saying. It's like you're amused by it all. So are you gonna make me do it? I hope you don't. You'd be better as not being a mindless subordinate who has no will of their own. Of course, it can be arranged, as you no doubt understand. Anyways, now that you've taken off those obstructions, now it's just you, your glorious body, and that nice collar of yours. Doesn't it look so pretty on you? I think so. And besides, you seem more than excited. No, that's not because of my previous order. In fact, you did that without a second thought. What's the matter? Can't handle the truth? It's wonderful. But I think I'll get a little more touchy-feely with you. Don't move, and things might just go your way. No, no. I warned you just because if you were to move and I accidentally touched you with all 5 fingers instead of just a few of them, well, I don't need to tell you what would happen. I'm sure you know. And besides, a pile of dust doesn't really amuse me. Maybe the first few hundred did, but then it just kind of lost its flair. So let's dive in, shall we? You sure do squirm a lot, and I've barely touched you so far. What's the matter? Is it all too much? Are you embarrassed that's being recorded? Don't worry, if you're a good little pet, I'll make it worth your while. If you're bad, I'll just torture you a little. No harm done. See, I can be a gracious leader, and master, and God. It's all just, drops in the ocean. That's more or less what I do. So, you're gonna be a good little pet. Am I to take it as that? Good, good. Then let that sweet voice of yours out. Or I'll just make you. How do you like that? And I've only barely just begun. Do you like the risk of death? How if I were to make a small error of mistake? You're dead. All of you, you're dead. That's the spirit of a true pet. You can't live without me. Oh, I'll make sure that body remembers it. Oh, what a good little pet. Go ahead and shake for me. Yes. But the real question is, are you shaking out of fear or out of lust? That's the real thing on everyone's mind. Well, audience, what do you think? What do you think our little pet's doing? Personally, I think our pet is caught in a mix of both. After all, such a vulnerable state. And with nothing but a collar. It's such a pitiful situation. But I just love it, don't you? And to all the loved ones out there, don't hate me, and don't hate this little pet. None of this could have been avoided, and it was just random circumstance. Don't you just love fate? Now, in front of all you wonderful viewers, I'm gonna put on a show. One that's magnificent and a treat to our pet. You see, I'm going to take something from this lovely contestant. Of course, you all know what it is. So, the polls are in, the choice is made, and it looks like I'm going to take it roughly. Oh, what a cruel audience. And to think there's some that voted for nice, or even to let you go with just this. Oh, so sad. Those votes don't really matter, because the only vote that actually matters is mine. I'm the master here, and while I like to please the audience, it doesn't really matter. If the audience doesn't want this, they can just turn away, pretend it doesn't exist. Isn't that what you'd like to do? Oh, yes, but there's one contestant who just can't do that. So, dear pet, shall we give them a show? Yes, that's right. Good pet. I'll even pat you on the head for that one. Now, go ahead and show me. Show me everything. And tell the audience how you're feeling. Do you feel lucky to have made it this far in the game show? I'm sure you do. So why don't we move forward? Say hello to all your loved ones. And there's more than that. All that audience that just peskily decided to see. Oh well. Pardon me. Sometimes I can be so clumsy with what channel I put it on. So you'll have to forgive me. Go ahead. The microphone's here. Why don't you tell them? Oops, sorry. I might have gotten a little ahead of myself. Did I interrupt you? That's fine. I'll just make sure that you have to focus real hard now. After all, with all that friction. What's the matter? Getting a little bit excited from your master. Yes, just like that, pet. Your true motives, they leak out just like your voice. Yeah. Looks like our contestant is getting a little flustered. That's all right. Right, contestant number one. You seem to have lost your words there. Go ahead and spit it out. No. We can't have you getting shy on us now. Go ahead and move. Do it. Go ahead and speak into the microphone. Go ahead. Or else you know what'll happen. You're such a good little contestant, aren't you? We'll have to see how long you can last. So, there's some polls on the screen, dear audience. How much longer? You vote, you decide. That's right. And it looks like, with a record time of just a few more minutes, the audience is feeling graceful, I guess. That's right, dear audience. Any number is fine. But you chose that one, so that's what you're gonna get. Yes, just like that. Our dear pet is having a really rough time, it seems, reaching their limit. Let's see how fast those minutes go by. Now for a break for our sponsors. Welcome back, audience. We've come to a conclusion. And it may have been 20 minutes too long, but we're both sure that you'll enjoy this belated climax. And why don't you introduce them? My dear pet, what's gonna happen? Go ahead, say it. Oh, sorry. Did I interrupt you? Too bad. That's just how the cookie crumbles, everyone. Now we have our grand finale. 1, 2, 3. Now that's what I call entertainment. So, dear watchers, what did you think? How did you feel about the wonderful, glorious firsts? I think it was a wonderful and quite entertaining bout. But I'd say that I won. No surprise there. But there was no real way our contestant could have won. So, until next week's episode, I suppose you'll have to wait, dear audience, because we've got some unfinished business to take care of.